April bluefin.
See
Oh,
what?
there's a fish of color right there.
His line was through your split.
That's a nicer fish. It's on the boat. It is on a solid here, guys, at 200 feet. Solid fish at 200 feet. It's all over the stern on the sonar. Up and down is littered. Keep on working, keep on flunking.
Hey, good morning, my friends. That was from the wheelhouse of the legend just a few hours ago, as there was some really big time catches made last night on the bluefin tuna. We've got that incredible trip continuing on the Royal Polaris. Wind sailors still everywhere. Is that evidence that albacore are on the way? That El Nino is developing stronger and stronger in the equatorial regions, and we've got some great sign of white sea bass and so much more. Good morning, my friends. It is time for the morning briefing. Oh, is that good or what? It is great to be with you. Pretty exciting stuff starting out in the wheelhouse of the legend. That kind of thing played out over and over and over again last night, as many of the boats had limits. Let me first of all take you to the Royal Polaris and just mention that they have had a dream trip. It is continuing. They have several yellowfin over 300. They have several fish over 200. It has been phenomenal. They've had some big cabri and grouper and also a shot of wahoo here and there, but the yellowfin tuna bite for the Royal Polaris has been exceptional, and it just seems to keep going on and on and on, and they have some really nice weather. They've had it for several days now. Great fishing on the Royal Polaris, a testament to how good Roy Rose and the crew on that rig are. They are fantastic. All right, let's get you back in here to the bluefin tuna zone, because it's game on, everybody. A few days ago, we said that this thing was looking better and better and better. It was because the Queen, the Pacific Queen, went out there with the Polaris Supreme, and they found this body of fish, and baby, does it want to bite. It is full speed, as you can see. The Pegasus, I talked to them just a few moments ago, and they said, Phil, I'm sorry, we didn't check in with you earlier. It was fast and furious. We stopped the boat on 2 jags of fish, limited everybody out with only 2 stops. I mean, the stuff was going full speed. Jacob Barclay, who works on the Pegasus, told me that 16-ounce sinker rig was phenomenal. It really worked really, really well. So that is something to keep in mind. He said also jigs in the 250 to 300 range, gram range, that is, smaller profile jigs, were working really, really well. By the way, new listener to the morning briefing is Nelson from Lancaster, California. Nelson, welcome on board, my friend. Welcome to the Friedman Adventure family. Thanks for being here with us. So most of the boats are at limits or near limits on 15 to 25 pound bluefin tuna, and it simply doesn't get any better than that. The daytime bite is really not in evidence anymore. It's just not doing much in the daytime. So you want to be in on at least a day and a half trip. This fish, this bluefin tuna, by the way, is in 1 day and day and a half range of LA Orange County based boats also. And those boys are on it in addition to everybody else. In the daytime, you're in some zones where you can have phenomenal rock fishing. So you can also partake of that, and it has flat been fantastic. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better than this. Now, Patrick Herjack, another Friedman Adventure family member, he was on that 3-day trip on the Pacific Queen, and he said it was absolutely phenomenal. Their first night, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m., 90 bluefin tuna. Nice hit for them. Daytime, nothing at all. Nighttime the next night, they fished from 10 p.m. to midnight for 51 bluefin tuna, and they ended up with limits on that great trip also. Independence, Intrepid, several other boats in on it, just coming out of it while the sun comes up and I get ready to head over to Santa Ana River Lakes. And thank you for 2 million views here on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. That doesn't count what we're doing over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and our social media. Millions of views, all thanks to you, my friends. I cannot really express my gratitude enough. So really excellent fishing. Now, some of you are going to get tempted to fish lighter line on that nighttime bluefin. You can certainly get away with it right now, but you just never know when a 100 or 200 pounder is going to bite, and that happens from one stop to another. Or you have a week straight of smaller fish, and the trip you go on, it turns into 100, 200 pound stuff. Right now, it's that smaller grade fish, but it can change. And there's some nice ones mixed in there with it. There has been some decent fish. So great fishing going on for bluefin tuna right now. Here we go again, as they said on the legend, April bluefin. Let's count our blessings. This is really, really, really special. I mentioned all those wind sailors on the beach, and many of you don't want to even hear the word albacore right now because this bluefin bite is so good. But could you imagine if those two things came together? I know Brandon Cassar, aka The Corpse, has been lamenting the El Nino, but Danny Cadota said one of their best albacore years was on the heels of an El Nino. So don't let that dissuade you. We still have very cold water in our environment right now, and that El Nino is not going to get here until summertime probably, although they're projecting that it may arrive a little bit early. So we could have the best of both worlds, just dreaming out loud with all of you. All right, Coronado Islands, great signal there on board the San Diego. They ended up with 15 yellowtail. They're pulling up on the islands right now, and that bite is getting better and better. And the greater fish, really nice, 15 to 25 pound, biting on the yo-yo iron. Drop that jig, deep wind on it fast. Color, I'm not a big color guy. I think you can pretty much use anything you want, but blue and white and those mint green jigs have been working really, really well. Excellent fishing going on. And on the San Diego right now, the Grandes there also, they're dedicating most of their day to yellows. They're seeing more fish. They're getting more in a biting mood. That is great news at the Coronado Islands. Remember, when you're fishing the islands, you do need a U.S. or you need a passport to fish those islands. So keep that in mind. South of the border, excellent rock fishing. Arnie sport fishing down there out of Ensenada. Blackfin sport fishing down there. All of them getting lots of rockfish, doing really, really well. And hopefully some bluefin are going to pop up in front of them here really, really soon. That should happen, you would think, but one never knows in this game what indeed the future portends for all of us. All we know is it's going to be fun, fascinating, and hopefully we'll see more and more fish. So once again, down there in Ensenada, mostly rockfish right now. A little bit of barracuda popping up off University Point and around Todos Santos Island, and around there, Punta Banda area, there's still some bonita and occasional yellowtail in there also. That surface bite just starting to come on. This gorgeous weather is really helping us. We've been kind of cursed this winter with wind and rain, cursed on the one hand and not cursed because we needed all of that. But now that things are settling down, we're going to get that rise in water temperature, and things should start to head in the right direction. Yesterday on the CJ, two nice big white sea bass, beautiful fish. KJ, thank you for sharing that with us. Aloha Spirit had 4 white sea bass, but more importantly, they are seeing a lot of fish up there, including the Island Spirit out of Ventura Harbor, sport fishing, and the Endeavor. They're seeing the fish. That sea bass bite is ready to explode up there. And perhaps here also, very difficult to see Catalina Island behind me this morning, but it's there, and it's got yellows, and it's got sea bass. There's been some good fishing at San Clemente Island. There's been some good fishing at Santa Barbara Island. Nicholas is showing signs. There's sea bass everywhere because we've had market squid here everywhere. And as John Dipley, an old captain, he's passed away, used to tell me, you find the bait, you'll find the fish. So all of that squid, of course, is a magnet that's going to bring all kinds of species in here. The Pride's had several great halibut catches recently. They had 9 white sea bass for the best hit of the year, I think. The Freedom is out today. Several other boats are out wandering around trying to make it happen. There's a lot going on, and all that squid around town is really helping. Of course, the rockfish bite has been spectacular. You know, those bluefin guys, they get to rockfishing, and they've been just really having some outstanding rock fishing in their neck of the woods. Also, the local boats will be out today. They'll be fishing all over LA Orange County. Island Spirit, Ventura Harbor, sport fishing, 805-676-3474. They'll be all over it again, and just about everywhere you look. Guys have that as their fallback or even their main plan. Dana War Sport Fishing's had great fishing. I say main plan because those fish are such great eating fish, and they are abundant just about everywhere you look. And then fallback, if you dedicate a lot of time to sea bass and halibut and that kind of a thing, hopefully you'll be able to get that and then get a piece also of the rockfish. So things are looking good, and there is some really nice weather going on with a couple of friends going by to go fishing. Hey, suerte con la pesca. They're going fishing right now, and that's great news. So hopefully we'll see some more fish in on the beaches here. Those guys, I see them come back with all kinds of sargo at times. They're really hardcore fishermen. Good to see them this morning. All right, my friends, what can I tell you? That bluefin tuna bite, absolutely phenomenal. It can't get any better. The Royal Polaris with an absolutely dream trip. And that white sea bass bite is getting ready to explode here in our local zones. Thanks to all the thousands of you who are tuning in now to the morning briefing and making it part of your day. I deeply appreciate it. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We have breaking news during the day there, and I'll be over at Santa Ana River Lakes in just a little bit. I should be there about 8:30, I'm thinking. You can go find the guys from the Redondo Rod and Gun Club right now. However, they've got a table set up to teach kids trout fishing and knot tying, and they have an incredible raffle going on that you're going to want to partake in. $10, and you got a chance to win a Penn Fathom reel this afternoon, or one of 2 beautiful custom trout rods, and you get lunch with the great folks at the Redondo Rod and Gun Club. All right, my friends, great stuff going on. I can't wait to see what happens a little bit later today. Tremendous fishing. Most guys with limits last night. A wonderful morning to you all, and I hope to see you at Santa Ana River Lakes. If not, I hope to see you really soon. Take care, my friends.